Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara and today's video is going to be my April housing market update. As always, I'm going to be breaking up this video into a few different sections, those being price, inventory, mortgages, local news, and other news. Let's start out with price on a national level. Median home sale prices rose by 5.7% year over year to $384,500. It's probably not too surprising that prices right now are roughly 40% higher than they were pre-pandemic. Switching gears now to price on a local level, prices around Asheville have been increasing as well. In Buncombe County, the median sale price is now $450,000, roughly a 3.5% increase year over year. The average sale price is now $570,000, which is a 4.7% increase year over year. If we zoom out a little bit and look at prices outside of just Buncombe County and look at the whole Asheville region, which is comprised of roughly 13 counties, we see that prices are increasing there as well, and actually at a faster rate. In the Asheville region, the median sale price has reached $400,000, which is a 5.6% increase year over year. The average sale price is $490,000, which is an increase of 8.7% year over year. I don't have any exact reasons as to why prices in the Asheville region are increasing at a faster rate than just Buncombe County, but if I had to guess, it's likely due to the fact that more and more people are starting to look outside of Asheville proper, whether it's because of affordability. Homes typically are more affordable the further outside of Asheville you go, or maybe it's because they want more land or a different type of lifestyle than living within the much busier Buncombe County might allow them. Let's move on now to inventory on a national level. In an article titled Deconstructing the Housing Crisis, written by Stephen Menindian, I think I said that right, he states that housing starts actually peaked in absolute terms in 1972. If you're not familiar with what the term housing starts means, it basically just means new construction. Housing starts have been declining consistently for the past 50 years, even though the U.S. population has increased by 60% during that time. Freddie Mac estimates that we are short by 3.8 million homes. Fannie Mae is estimating a shortage of 4.4 million homes. Either way, we have a great housing shortage on our hands, and it has been a problem for quite some time. It's just really coming to a head right now. At the same time, on a shorter term time frame, inventory has increased by 10.3% year over year. As you probably know, over the past couple years, we have seen historically low inventory, so any increase in this amount of inventory is really great to see. Let's talk now about inventory on a local level. It's a similar story here that inventory is still very low, but thankfully it has been increasing. Inventory has increased by 21.5% for Buncombe County and 26% for the Asheville region. Let's talk now about mortgage rates. In January, Redfin released a report stating that 88.5% of homeowners have an interest rate locked in below 6%. 78% of homeowners have interest rates below 5%. 59.4% of homeowners have interest rates below 4%. And 22.6% of homeowners have an interest rate below 3%. So as you can see, the vast majority of homeowners have interest rates that are significantly lower than they are today. Since my last housing market update video, interest rates have changed quite a bit, not only in what they are currently doing, but also predictions for the future. Mortgage rates have now spiked to roughly 7.34% on average for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. This is significantly higher than what we were seeing earlier this year when interest rates were in the low to mid sixes. You've probably heard on the news that the Fed wasn't too thrilled with the inflation numbers and jobs reports that came out recently, and so consequently they are modifying what they're going to be doing later this year in terms of rates. Fannie Mae is no longer predicting that interest rates will drop below 6% this year. They are now thinking that rates will reach 6.4% by the end of this year and 6% by the end of 2025. The general consensus is still true that interest rates will likely drop at some point this year, but to what rate they will drop to, that's the part that everyone is uncertain about. I feel like what we're seeing now isn't all that uncommon, especially seeing as it is an election year, and there's a lot of fear and uncertainty in the market. Let's move on now to some local news. As I've mentioned in at least one of my past videos, Buncombe County is still mulling over the idea of adding restrictions against short-term rentals for the entire county. There are restrictions already in place for city limits, but there aren't any currently in place for a county-level approach. There is one more public hearing for this topic, and it's going to be happening on April 22nd. There have been a couple different modifications and revisions that the county has made to their proposed plan, and nothing is set in stone right now. However, once a decision has been made, I will certainly be updating you guys on this channel. So if you want to stay up to date on that, definitely hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell so that you are notified when more of my videos come out so that you can be informed on what's happening. Let's move on now to the final category, which is other news. The sale of existing homes declined by 3.3% year over year in February, but increased by 9.5% between January and February of this year. This is the most significant monthly gain we have seen. A recent Redfin report that surveyed 1,000 people found that 38% of renters don't believe they will ever own a property. This is up 27% from a year ago. This is likely due to the fact that home prices have increased by more than 7% over the past year, and mortgage payments have increased by more than 10%. As I'm sure many of you know from personal experience, income is just not keeping up with home prices, interest rates, even outside of just real estate, grocery costs, electric costs, etc. It's really unfortunate to hear that more and more people feel like they aren't going to be able to afford a home in their lifetime, though I can really sympathize with this, as it does feel like home prices are getting further and further away and less attainable. The last statistic I have for you guys today is about build-to-rent homes. Honestly, I haven't really heard this term very much. I think I just heard it for the first time this year, and I'm not really too sure what I think about it right now, but let me share this statistic with you. A total of 27,500 build-to-rent homes were completed in the U.S. in 2023. This is according to a new report released by Rent Cafe. This is a 75% increase from the previous year. In other words, there has been a pretty big boom in rental construction. There are currently 45,400 build-to-rent homes currently under construction. Phoenix, Dallas, and Atlanta are three really popular places for this type of construction. I haven't heard of this happening a whole lot around Asheville. Of course, you do occasionally have new apartment complexes popping up, but I certainly haven't seen, thousands and thousands of new build-to-rent homes popping up around here. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around my thoughts on this topic, but my knee-jerk reaction when I read this statistic was that I didn't really like it. I feel like, personally, I think that rentals should be more like apartment complexes, townhomes, things like that. I do know that there are people out there, and I know plenty of them myself, who prefer to rent a single-family home, whether it's because they have a lot of pets, they have kids, they just need more space, or maybe they're in a transition period where they're, between two homes and they need to live somewhere comfortably while they're in between homes. I do get those different scenarios, but at the same time, I feel like these build-to-rent complexes are really benefiting the investor that's building them. Ultimately, it's going to bring them a lot of wealth. But I think that from a renter perspective, it's going to keep renters renting for a lot longer. And I think that it's going to take away land that would otherwise be used for single-family homes for people to buy and purchase and live in. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. I feel like we should be building more homes for people to buy, because if we had more inventory, then home prices wouldn't continue increasing at the rate that they're going to increase. I've said this many times, I don't think home prices are going to decrease. I say that in every housing market update video, and you can see it in my statistics every month that home prices are continuing to increase here around Asheville. Of course, there are going to be places across the country where you will see declines, but generally around Asheville, I don't see prices declining around here. But if we had more construction happening and more inventory being added to the market, then that would, of course, help the inventory issue that we're currently having. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. That is everything that I have to share with you guys today. If you enjoyed this one, definitely hit the like button down below. Leave me a comment, let me know what your favorite part was of this video. Hit the subscribe button, share this video with your family and friends, and I will see you guys very soon in the next one.